Welcome here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. I'm Joel McCullough, visiting now with Mitch Olson. He is the head coach of the Central Riverhawks football team as the boys took on Ellsworth last week and fell 23-21, a game you saw here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. First of all, Coach Olson, thank you so much for joining us for this morning's fireside chat, I guess.
You bet, Joel.
Well, let's go back to Ellsworth then. I know that I did get my drive chart in front of me, and they started off with a 10-play drive and scored with a touchdown, but it was a really nice bounce back for the Riverhawks to get right back on the board. 61-yard run by Rude, and then another 7 yards to get in the end zone, 7-7. Then Ellsworth responds again, 13-7. But how did you feel about the start of the game? I mean, obviously, I'm sure defensive wise, a little disappointing to give up two touchdowns early, but the offense did respond right away.
Yeah, we've got to start much better on defense. It took us a little bit to find our footing. So we just need to be able to come out and play like we're capable of, really execute, job responsibilities on that side of the ball. Offensively, it's Christian's a great athlete. He has the ability to take to the house at any time. And that play in particular, we got guys blocked up. When we go to who we're supposed to go to and block the right guys, good things usually happen. So good start offensively, poor start defensively. Yeah.
I thought the defense did play much better kind of after those first two series too, because only holding Ellsworth to a field goal and then the other or was it another touchdown? I can't remember now. No, one field goal. That was in the second half, and then the other touchdown in the first half. I do want to go back to the final 28 seconds that the Riverhawks had right before halftime. What was the
Mhm.
discussion trying to go? Was it really just let's get Rude out in space, let's see what happens, and maybe give us a chance? And that's exactly what did happen. Or what was the talk of that final drive?
Yeah, the first play really kind of set us up into a position where we thought we could make something happen. Um, you get Christian out in space, and it's usually going to end up good for us when that happens. And then Coach Colburn, Coach Marsky had seen something that they liked, and were able to attack it and get Gabe into that area. And then obviously he made a tremendous play. I think the ball was snapped with 10 seconds left on the clock. And I'm just like, get out of bounds, get out of, oh, shoot. No, go score, go score. And yeah, so he just made a heck of a play.
I was very stunned that Ellsworth didn't have several back at the goal line as opposed to playing up around the 20 instead of at the goal line. But yeah, it was a great play by Service and put you guys in a one score game heading into halftime, coming back out, a three and out by the offense, the 33-yard field goal by Augustine, and then Rude to that was in the first half yet, excuse me, and then the 54-yard run by Rude in the second half to start things. That capped off the drive 23-21 because the 2-point conversion was no good. Now, after that, kind of disappointing, Coach. With the turnovers, it's something that you hit on every single week here on the fireside chat with me. Keys to the game, turnovers, and you had a couple of them in the second half, and one of them was certainly the crucial interception inside the 10-yard line. But again, I go back to not only that play but the other turnovers too. They were all a big factor in the second half.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not very often when you can be -4 in the turnover battle and still only end up getting beat by 2 points. So we've got to take a lot better care of the ball, and then we need to start turning other teams over too. We don't have a takeaway on the year yet, and we need to change that. And we've got to take care of the ball offensively. It's tough to win games when you lose the turnover battle, let alone being -4.
Yeah, completely agree. And again, that's been the staple of your defense the last few years is being ball hawks, taking the ball away, getting that on that plus side of the turnover ratio. You certainly were 2 years ago. And again, last year, it was a slow start last year too, if I remember right, with causing turnovers, but it got better as the season progressed and into the conference play, which is leading me right up to my talk now because you're in conference play. It's the MVC. You start this week. Reedsburg is averaging almost 49 points per game. They shut out McFarland last week. They defeated Forest in the opening week. Coach, big time battle and a great duo of running players too. Their quarterback, McConowitz, as well as Purifoy. These two are going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, yep, they're really good. They've got a really good line, and then two extremely talented ball carriers in the quarterback and the fullback. So we're gonna have our hands full. They haven't played a close game yet. We need to be real disciplined with what we do, especially defensively, to try to shut that running game down because they're good. Reedsburg is always sort of left out of the conference preview and the coaches standings, that Travis Wilson does because he coaches there. But I can promise you that they would certainly be picked if the rankings were shown for them is the favorite to win the conference. So it doesn't get any easier for us this week with them. That's a team that's probably going to be playing pretty late into the year in the playoffs. So we'll have to play much better. We'll have to execute much better in order to be in the game with Reedsburg.
Well, I know those are pretty much your keys right there, along with the turnovers. So I'm not even going to ask you about that. It's a game I'm not sure we're covering yet. We haven't got clarification yet from Reedsburg that we will have a spot in the press box, or at least close and near to the press box. That way we can film and get this game on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel. 2 years ago, there was extra media there that year, and that's the reason why we weren't there. So hopefully this year that might be a little bit different, and we will get there this week. Because that is Friday night. Coach, so instead of my keys, I'll just ask you if you got a question for me.
Yeah, I'm just curious what your spirit animal is, Joel.
My spirit animal?
Yeah.
Grover.
Grover. Who's Grover?
From Sesame Street. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. All right. You said animal. I just thinking of the monster.
Okay, well,
I would say just a dog. Like my dog, just calm, chill. Izzy's like the best dog, so I like dogs the most. They're like my
what
favorite one.
what kind of dog is he?
She is a pit pointer mix along with 57 other breeds. She is a total Heinz 57 sauce, but it's either I would go with either a dog or an elephant because elephant's my favorite animal.
Okay. Yeah.
How about yourself?
Oh, probably be a great big white-tailed buck, Joel.
And why is that?
But
You'd be
yeah,
hunted.
playing the Beavers, it's kind of a cool mascot, so it got me thinking about animals.
That's
So
fair. Let's say you're a
yeah,
buck though. If you're a buck, you might be hunted. I don't want to be hunted.
probably will. I'm elusive though.
That works. All
Yeah.
right. Well, you're right. The Riverhawks do play the Beavers this coming Friday, and that is a game hopefully we're covering. Tonight we will have coverage of Onalaska and Central Volleyball this evening up at Onalaska. I know that Nami and I plan on being there early enough to get the JV started at 5:30 and a varsity match at 7 o'clock. Volleyball again on Thursday at home against Holman. The girls do not have an easy week with those two teams in the Mississippi Valley, although nothing is easy in the MVC when it comes to football or volleyball, as coach is going to find that out starting this week with their conference play. We thank Coach Olson, and I'm Joel McCall. Thank you so much for tuning in here on the Central Riverhawks YouTube channel.